Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 New York Yankee baseball. We got the Baltimore Orioles traveling up I-95 to take on the New York Yankees in the last game of this three-game series. Let's get to the starting lineup here. We got leading off, playing left field for the Baltimore Orioles, Whitey Herzog. Playing right field, batting second, Dave Philly. Batting third, playing third, Brooks Robinson. Batting fourth, playing first, Jim Gentile. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Gus Trendos. Playing shortstop, Jerry Adar. Batting sixth, playing center field. Batting seventh, Gene Stevens. Batting eighth, playing second base, Marv Breeding. And on the mound, doing the pitching and batting ninth for the Baltimore Orioles is Jack Fisher. And the starting lineup for the New York Yankees, leading off, playing short, is Tony Kubek. Batting second, playing second, is Bobby Richardson. Playing right field, batting third, is Roger Maris. Playing center field, batting fourth, is Mickey Mantle. Doing the catching behind the plate is Yogi Berra. Batting fifth. Playing first, batting sixth, is Elston Howard. Playing left field, batting seventh, is Hector Lopez. Batting eighth, playing third, is Clint Boyer. And on the mound, doing the pitching and batting ninth, Art DITMAR. Let's get down to the game, folks, and get some action going here. Alrighty, folks, and here's the first pitch to Whitey Herzog. And he flies out to Lopez out and left. One down here in the first. Brings up Dave Philly. Here's the pitch to Philly. 41, that ball's hit down the short to Kubek. He fires over to Howard at first for the second out. Here comes Brooks Robinson up now for the Orioles. And that ball is hit in the left field, and Lopez has got that. 3 up and 3 down for the Orioles. As we go to the bottom of the first, Yankees due up here. We got Kubek, Richardson, and Maris due up. Here's the pitch to Tony. 25, that will be a single in the left field for Kubek. He starts this game off with a base hit for the Yanks. Lead runner aboard here for Bobby Richardson. And Bobby wraps that ball into right field. Kubek will find his way the whole way down the third. We got runners on the corner for the M&M boys. Here comes Roger up now. See if he can drive at least one in. Runners on first and third, nobody out. 32, that's a 26. And that ball is hit down to second. Breeden fires over to short. Adar fires over the first, but Maris is too fast. They don't get the double play. Kubek will score, so we got a runner on first. That's Roger Maris with the Mick due up and a run in. It's 1-0 Yankees. Here's the pitch to Mick. And they walk the Mick. Mick trots on down the first. Maris is over to second. First and second now for Yogi. Yogi can drive in Roger from second. Here's the pitch to Yogi. 45, and he just walked the bases loaded. Fisher's having control issues here in the first. That'll bring up Elston Howard. He's playing first base for the Yanks today, giving Moose the day off. And here's the pitch to Howard. And he wraps that ball into right field. And Maris and Mickle score. Yogi will stop at second. And all of a sudden, folks, it is 3-0. Yanks. We got first and second now for Hector Lopez. Only one out here in the first. See if he can keep adding on to this, keep the merry-go-round going. Here's the pitch to Hector. 42, and they strike out Lopez for the second out here in the inning. And brings up Clint Boyer. Takes a 2-out hit now to bring in Yogi from second. 43, and that ball is hit back to Fisher at the mound. He tosses it over to first for the final out. But the Yanks score 3 and take a 3-0 lead as we go to the top of the second. Due up for the Orioles will be Gentile, Hernandez, and Adar. Let's see what Jim can do here. Pitch to Gentile, and he hits that ball down the queue back at short. Fires over to Howard. That's one out here in the second. Here comes Gus. Pitch to Gus, and he wraps that ball into the gap in right field. That's a stand-up double for Gus. As Mick gets over and cuts it off, throws it in after it bounces off the wall. So we've got a runner in scoring position for Jerry Adar. Here's the pitch to Adar. And that ball is hit in center field, but not deep enough to get Gus, who is got catcher's speed, to go to third. So 2 outs now, runner on second. And here's the pitch to Gene Stevens. And he gets a hold of this one off of Art. And he drives that ball into deep center field, and it's bouncing around off the monuments out there. Mick finally gets to it, fires it in, but Gene has himself a triple as he dives in underneath the throw. So we got a runner on third, 2 outs for Breeding. Here's Marv. 62, and that's a fly out to right field. Now to end the inning, but the Orioles score 1 as we go to the bottom of the second as Baltimore Orioles 1, New York Yankees 3. We got Art, the pitcher, due up. Then the top of the order in Kubek and Richardson. See what happens here against Jack. Jack was wild there in the first inning. He walked 2 batters and gave up. How many hits? They give up 3 hits. So here's the pitch to Art. See if he can hit the ball. He makes contact, but he hits that ball down to Dar at short, and that'll be the first out here in the second. Here comes Kubek. Kubek's 1 for 1 with a single and scored in the first. And he hits that ball liner right back to the mound. Fisher puts the glove up and makes the out. 2 down here now. Here's Bobby Richardson. He's 1 for 1 with a single. And that ball's hit down to Jerry at short. He fires over to first. And that'll be the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yanks. We go to the top of the third now. We got Fisher, the pitcher, due up, followed by the top of the order and Herzog and Philly. Here's the pitch to Jack. 56, he strikes him out. 1 down here in the third. Here comes Whitey Herzog. Whitey is 0 for 1 today, and that ball is fouled back behind the plate. Yogi fires off the mask, makes the catch near the screen. 2 down. And here's Dave Philly up now. 2 down, nobody on. And that ball is hit down to Quebec at short. He fires over to Howard. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Orioles. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-1 Yanks. And we got Maris, Mano, and Bear, the heart of the lineup, due up. Here's the pitch to Maris. And they walk Roger. Roger trots on down the first. That brings up Mick with a runner on here. See what he can do. He walked his first time up and scored. And they strike the Mick out this time. 1 down here. Here comes Yogi. Yogi walked his first time up also. Here's the pitch to Yogi. And that ball is hit into right field. That'll be the second out as Dave Philly's got room out there. 2 down now. Leaves it up to Howard. See if he can get Maris in here. Make him pay for that walk. And that ball is a wild pitch. Like I say, Fisher's been wild all day. So that puts Maris in the scoring position for Howard. 1 ball and no strikes on him. And they strike out Howard. Doesn't cost them the walk or the wild pitch. So we go to the top of the fourth. Baltimore 1, New York 3. We got Robinson, Gentile, and Gus due up for the Orioles, the heart of their lineup. See what happens here against Art. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. And Brooks hits that ball down to second. Easy play for Bobby. Fires over to Howard. And that'll be the first out here in the fourth. Jim Gentile up now. And that ball is strike 3. They get Gentile. He couldn't hit that curve ball. Here comes Gus. And that ball is popped up to short. And Quebec calls everybody off. 3 up and 3 down for the Orioles. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom part of the order due up for the Yanks: Lopez, Boyer, and Detmer. Here's the pitch to Hector. 45. He walks Lopez. He moves on down the road to first base. That brings up Clint Boyer. See if Clint can get a hit here. He's 0 for 1 and grounded back to the pitcher. First time up. And he walks Boyer. Boyer trots on down the first. That puts first and second here for Art. And we're going to try to sacrifice these guys over. Here's the pitch to Art. Corners are in. And he gets a nice bunt down. The ball's hit back up to the pitcher. Perfectly placed. And he throws over to Breeden covering at first. So we got second and third now, folks, and only 1 out for the top of the lineup. Here's the pitch to Tony Quebec, and he drives these 2 ducks in. Ducks on the pond, 28. That ball's hit down to short. He moves to his left, and both runners are going to advance on this. So Quebec drives in a run. We got runner at third. Got runner at third for Bobby Richardson. And it's 4-1 Yanks. Can Bobby keep this inning going? 15. He most certainly can. That's a single over second. And Boyer's going to score. And just like that, folks, it's 5-0. 5-1, rather. Here's Roger up there out to talk to Fisher. Fisher says he's all right. They said, well, then let's get out of this inning, damn it. Here's the pitch to Roger. And he walks Roger. That'll get the bullpen up now. Dick Hyde will get up. The Orioles only got 4 guys down there in the pen. So Hyde's up. We got first and second now for Mick. See if Mick can drive in Elise Richards from second and make this a 6-1 game. And he walks Mick. That'll load the bases. And that'll be it for Fisher. They've seen enough there. They'll bring in Hyde to pitch to Bear. Sure, Fisher can't get out of the 4th inning. Walks the bases loaded. In comes Hyde. Not a good day for Fisher. How many walks is that on the day? 5 walks. He was wild as wild can be. Where's Dick at? There's Dick. All righty, bases juice. No place to put Yogi. Here's the pitch to Berra. He could bust this game wide open, folks. He flies out the left field. And that'll end the inning. The Yanks scored 2. But they leave the bases loaded. Hopefully that won't come back to bite them. As we go to the top of the 5th. The score, Baltimore 1, New York 5. We got Adar due up, followed by Stevens and Breeden here in the top of the 5th against Art. Here's the pitch to Jerry, and he laces that ball in the left center. Lead runner on. Not what you want to see if you're a Yank after scoring 2. Here comes Gene Stevens. Pitch to Gene, and he's going to hit that ball in the center field. And Adar's going to stop at second, and just like that, the Orioles were making some noise here. First and second and nobody out. And that'll bring up Breeden. Here's the pitch to Marv. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is back, and going over the right field fence. Home run by Marv Breeden, and we got us a ball game again, folks. Surely. All of a sudden now it's a 1-run game. That'll come up and bet on that. Nobody on. Here's the pitch to Dick Hyde. And he flies out the left for the first out of the inning. 1 down here in the 5th. Here comes Whitey Herzog up now. And he hits that ball down the second. And Bobby fires over to Howard. That's 2 outs. Here's Dave Feely. And he gets him to hit the ball down the Boyer at third, fires across the diamond, and that's 3 outs. But not until Baltimore scores 3 on the 3-run homer by Breeden, and we got us a 5-4 game. Yanks ahead. We got Howard, Lopez, and Boyer due up here in the bottom of the 5th against Hyde. Here's the pitch to Howard. And he strikes Howard out. 1 down here in the 5th. Here comes Lopez up now. And he strikes out Hector. 2 down here. 2 quick outs, 2 swings and misses. That brings up Boyer. See if Clint can get on board here. And he sure does. He wraps that ball. Heck of a shot. And that ball is back. And Dave Philly turns around and watches this one leave the yard. Home run. Clint Boyer. And now it's a 6-4 game. And we're going to pitch hit here for Art. That'll be it for Art. After getting rattled there in the 5th, they seen enough of that. The Maestrier come on the pitch hit for Art. 2 outs, nobody on now. And who will we bring in the pitch? We'll bring in, maybe we got Coates and Stafford warming up out there in the bullpen. See when the last time those 2 pitched before we bring them in. There's Joe. All righty, here's the pitch to Joe. 2 outs, nobody on. And he gets a single in the left, keeps this inning going, folks. All of a sudden, the Yankees come alive here with 2 outs. It brings up Tony Kubek with a runner on first. See if Tony can keep this going. Tony is 1 for 3 with an RBI. And he scored. 34. He's going to fly out to center field. Gene's got that. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees score 1 on Boyer's home run. And lead this game 6-4 over Baltimore. Let's take a look here and see when the last time Bill pitched. I didn't want to do that. I didn't do that. I wanted to check and see if I wanted him to pitch. Sure. I'll probably have to do the fly out again. Yeah, I have to do the fly out, the center. There we go. That. Now, like I say, I want to see when the last time Bill pitched before I bring him in. I don't want to bring him in right away in case he just pitched. Okay, let's see here. It's not letting me do that. Okay, we'll have to make out we're going to bring him in here. What happened there? Okay. Bill coming in here. Check it out. And he last pitched on, sure, he just pitched. How many innings did he pitch? He pitched 2 innings just yesterday. We're not bringing him in. How about Coates? How many innings did he pitch, and when did he last pitch? Coates only pitched 1 inning. That's who we'll bring in. We'll bring in Jim. Bring in Jim here to pitch. And he'll be facing Brooks Robinson, Gentile, and Torres. So he's got the heart of the lineup due up here in the 6th. Here's the pitch to Brooksy. And he's going to get a single in the right field to start this 6th inning. So the lead runner's on now for Gentile. 1 swing and a bat, and he could tie this game up, folks. Coach better be careful here. And that ball is hit into Center hit down to short. Sorry, hit down to short. And only plays the first. So Robinson will make his way down the second. That brings up Gus now, runner in scoring position. 1 out. And he walks Gus. Anything I'll say is that sets up the double play. Here's Jerry Adar up now, first and second. 24, and he strikes him out for the second out here in the sixth. Here comes Gene. What can he do here with 2 outs? 43. That ball is hit back to Coates. He tosses it over to Howard and gets out of the jam. Orioles leave 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the sixth. It's still a 6-4 game. Yankees winning. Here comes Bobby Richardson. Maris and Mann will do up for the Yanks against Hyde. This will be Hyde's last inning pitch. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And he lines that ball right back to Hyde. Dick makes the play. 1 out. Here comes Roger. Roger's 0 for 1 and has walked twice. And he scored once. He hits that ball down to Brooks, the human vacuum cleaner. Comes up with it, fires over the Gentile. That's 2 down. Here comes Mick up now. 2 outs. And they walked the Mick. Mick's walked 3 times today. You don't want no parts of Mantle. Here comes Yogi up now. Can he make them pay for pitching around Mick? And they strike Yogi out. And that'll end the inning. So we go to the top of the 7th now. Baltimore Orioles 4, New York Yankees 6. We got Breeden, a pitch hitter for Hyde, and Herzog due up here in the 7th for the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Breeden. And they strike Marv out. 1 out here. Alrighty. And who are they going to bring on the pitch hit against Coates? They're going to bring in Russ Snyder to pitch hit here. Here comes Russ in the pitch hit. Alrighty, 1 out and nobody on for Russ here in the 7th. And that ball is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Here comes Herzog up now. 24 and strike 3. Gets Whitey swinging too. We go to the 7th inning stretch, folks. And Wes Strock will come in to pitch for the Orioles. Alrighty, Strock will be facing Howard, Lopez, and Boyer. And here's the pitch to Howard. Howard is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs on the day. He hits that ball down the Dar at short. He fires over the Gentile, 1 out. Here comes Lopez up now. And Lopez is 0 for 2, but he's walked. And that is a fly ball to center field. 2 down here in the 7th. Here's Boyer. Boyer is 1 for 2 with a walk and a home run. The pinch to Clint. And that ball is hit down the second. Breeden's got it. Tosses over the Gentile. 3 up and 3 down for the Yanks. So we go to the top of the 8th. We got Feely, Robinson, and Gentile due up for the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Feely. 43. That's lined back to Coates. He catches it, 1 down. Here's Brooksy. Brooks Robinson's up now. And he flies out to Hector in left field. That's 2 outs here in the 8th. Here comes Jim Gentile for the Orioles. And that's going to be a single in the left, right out of the reach of Quebec. He leaped, couldn't come down with it. Gentile's on at first. That brings the tying run up to the plate in the form of Gus. And Gus is 1 for 2 today. He's walked. Let's see what happens this time. And that ball is hit down the third. And Boyer will fire over the first. That'll end the inning. Orioles leave 1 on as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 6-4 Yanks. Coates is due up. We'll have a pitch hitter followed by Quebec and Richardson. Let's see who's going to pitch hit here for Coates. And it's going to be Johnny Blanchard's going to come on the pitch hit. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Blanchard. And that ball is hit down the short. Dar has plenty of time to get Blanchard. He doesn't run very fast. He tosses the ball across the diamond. And Gentile's got it for out number 1. That brings up Tony Quebec now. Here's Tony. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI and scored. 24. That ball's hit down to Brooksy. Robinson fires over to Gentile. 2 outs here in the 8th. Here's Bobby Richardson up now. 43. That's lined back to Strock. And he catches it for out number 3. 3 up and 3 down for the Yanks. We go to the top of the 9th. We'll have Luis come in the pitch. And he'll have Adar, Stevens, and Breeden due up here in the 9th. And here's the pitch to Jerry. Jerry is 1 for 3. He scored. And that is a ground ball. No, that's a pop-up down the 3rd, not a ground ball. Boyer calls everybody off. 1 down here in the 9th. And here's the pitch to Gene. 64, he strikes him out. 2 down. Orioles are down to their last out here. Here's Breeden. He's already homered on the day. He's 1 for 3 with that home run, that 3 RBI one. He's the reason the Orioles are still in this game. A 31, and he walks Marv. Marv trots on down the first. That brings the tying run up the bat. We'll have a pitch hitter for Strock. And he's coming out here of the dugout to pitch hit. And they're going to bring out Jackie Brandt to pitch hit here. He's got some pop, so we'll have to be careful with him. One swing of the bat, and this game could be tied, folks. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Brandt. And that ball is laced down the short. Quebec's up with it. And he'll fire over the first to end this game, folks. And that is it. Yanks win. The Yankees win 6-4. And they finally get a game out of the Orioles, and they're being swept here at Yankee Stadium. Because the Orioles swept the doubleheader. Let's take a look at the box score here. Alrighty. We got Orioles 4 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Yankees 6 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Orioles didn't have much offense except for that Marv Brenning home run there. Yankees pitchers did a damn good job. You had Quebec 1 for 5 and Bobby Richards 2 for 5 getting on. That was about all the offense except for Boyer. Boyer was the main offensive clog for the Yanks with his home run. Let's look at the pitchers here. Fisher went 3 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 7 big walks. That's what killed the Orioles. 3 strikeouts. Hod came on and pitched 2 1/3 innings. Gave up a run on 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 3. And West came in and pitched 2 innings and nothing across the board. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Art pitched 5 innings, except for that home run. He pitched a heck of a game. 5 hits on 4 runs, struck out 2, didn't walk any. Coach came in, did a heck of a job. 2 hits and a walk, struck out 4. And Luis came in the 9th and shut her down, gave up the walk and the strikeout, and that's all she wrote. Let's do some fast play here for the American League. Let's travel on down to Boston and watch the Sox play the Sox, the White Sox against the Red Sox. And the Red Sox win a close one. White Sox 7 runs, 8 hits and an error. The Red Sox 8 runs on 14 hits and no errors. Go to Kansas City. We'll watch the Detroit Tigers take on the Athletics here. And the Athletics win a close one. Tigers 8 runs on 16 hits and 2 errors. Kansas City 9 runs on 8 hits and no errors. We travel out to LA. Washington Senators taking on the LA Angels out there in LA Wrigley. And the Angels win a close one. The Senators 1 run on 4 hits and 3 errors. The Angels 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. And the last American League game here on May 22nd is the Cleveland Indians traveling to Minnesota to take on the Twins. And the Indians pound the Twins into submission. They might have scalped a few of them Twins. 11 runs on 17 hits and an error. The Twins 1 run on 7 hits and no errors. Phew, what a shellacking that was. Let's take a look at the standings now after May 22nd in the American League. And the Angels are still a half a game ahead of the Yankees, believe it or not. After 30-some games played, folks, the expansion LA Angels are leading the American League. Yankees are a half a game back. Cleveland is 3 games back. The Orioles are 5 games back. Tigers are 6.5 games back. The Twins are 7. White Sox are 7.5 games back. Red Sox are 8. Kansas City's 12.5 games back. And the Washington Senators, with their broad shoulders holding everybody up, are 15 games back. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in tonight and watching some baseball. New to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you know what's going on here on the channel. And on your way out of Yankee Stadium, hit that like button and leave some comments. Let me know what you think of this game and this replay. Until next time, y'all take care and have a great evening.